Welcome back, trainers. In today's video, we are running double charm. We're gonna find out if it still works in this current meta. Also, guys, if you want to submit your battles so I can feature them in my channel, links in the description. And if you like the video, please leave a like because it does help the channel grow. In this first match, so we're running Empoleon, Shadow Gramble, and A9. Right here, this is actually a really good lead, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay here. We're going against a Charmer, and they end up swapping to Galvantula. I stayed just a little bit longer than I wanted to because I wasn't sure what to switch into. Gonna go ahead and switch out to the Gramble. You know, it's not like the best switch in, but I know it's gonna do a lot of damage to the Galvantula, and we are able to farm it down, but we do invest one shield. That's fine. I know this Clefable is gonna be able to take us out, so I'm gonna go ahead and use close combat. And I know they're gonna go ahead and shield this. Actually, never mind. So they don't actually shield that. And now we're gonna be able to just farm down from this. They're gonna get to a move, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and just use the last shield right here. This team definitely does, you definitely do need to win most of the leads here, but it doesn't actually, the good thing about this team is you can actually farm a ton of energy and it actually works out in your favor. Right here, we're gonna get the last shield because they do know we run Drill Peck. They're going to go ahead and block that, and I don't think he's expecting the double charm line, so now I'm bringing the A9. And I know they've gotten enough farm to probably do a Psychic, which is what they'll probably do right here. We're going to find out. And it's actually Power Up Punch. So this actually is telling me that either they're going to go ahead and do Psychic right now, or they only run the Power Up Punch, Ice Punch combo, and that turns out to be it. Otherwise, they would have been able to take us out right there, but we farm all the way down. Now we go on to the next match. We got Empoleon against Altaria. And this actually, I want to be able to lure out any potential steel type. So I'm going to go ahead and just swap in with A9. And now I get to a side shock. So this match is actually, you can play it a lot better because of this. And after that, they are going to be able to farm us down, but that's completely fine. They're going to get a lot of energy, but because Empoleon double resists both movesets, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to shield the first one. I'm hoping that it's just a Brine. And it turns out that it is just a Brine. And because they have so much energy, I know this is going to be definitely a Sludge Wave, especially because they're so low in health. And it does turn out to be the Sludge Wave, so we're going to go ahead and just farm all the way from right here. And we are actually able to farm down because it does take a while for Toxapex to get to a move. That's perfectly fine. They now bring the Medi, and I know they have an Altaria, so I'm just going to swap into the Shadow Gramble. They're going to bring on their Altaria. Hopefully they don't get to a move because Charm has been nerfed. You know, it just that little bit of extra damage sometimes, you know, is the difference maker. Right here, they switch back to the Medicham after we take out the Altaria. We got to use our last shield. And we should be able to just farm all the way down from right here. And we are. And the reason I decided to run double charm is because I've been seeing so many Altarias and Medicham. So I thought this would be a perfect time to go ahead and use that. We're going to go ahead now on to the next match. We're going against a Pelipper. And this is really great because we resist both moves. They didn't really farm much, so I know this is going to be a Weather Ball. I'm actually surprised that they're just going to go ahead and throw it right here. But I am actually also worried. I don't want to stick around here too long. I'm going to go ahead and do this Drill Peck. And I don't think they actually shield this. And actually, wow, okay, I thought they didn't shield that. So right here, I will go ahead and take another one because I know it's going to be the Weather Ball. But after this, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch out. I'm going to switch out to my A9. So A9 will actually be, for the most part, be the you know, safe swap on this team. And it'll be used to be able to lure out all those, all the steel types that we don't want to encounter with this team. The opponent brings out the Skarmory, which is actually perfect. I want them to be able to bring out any steel types that they might have or any hard counters. I'm going to be able to go ahead and just use my Weather Ball right here, which is going to be really good for us. And it does a decent amount of damage too, and they actually shield that. And because they shield that, is telling me that most likely whatever they have in the back is actually weak to A9. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm completely fine. I'm going to be able to get to one Weather Ball before they go ahead and farm me down. And this is actually going to do a pretty good amount of damage. And this is perfect and sets it up for our Empoleon to be able to just farm down. And we're able to farm down. And now they're going to, what do they bring? They bring in the Pelipper. They bring in the Pelipper. Once I go ahead and do a Drill Peck, I'm just going to bring in Shadow Gramble. I believe that's the play I'm going to do because I don't want to farm him. And look, we're able to just snipe the Pelipper. They bring in an Umbreon. So see, it's almost like you have to be almost use your instincts on this, because most of the time, if they start shielding, especially, why would you shield a weather ball using a Skarmory? So I'm thinking they don't want to deal with it. And that's how I made a great guess, good prediction. Turned out to be number 9 in the back. We go ahead and use the close combat, and that's a good game right there. Moving on to the next match, we got Empoleon going against Altaria. And I'm wondering if this is going to be the same thing. I know that they might have some, there's always, anytime you see an Altaria lead, there's always going to be some sort of steel type, at least from my experience. I'm just going to go ahead and just take all these moves. This is probably just going to be a Focus Blast. And oh, it's going to be a Zap Cannon. And they do get the attack debuff right there, but that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just farming a lot of energy here. I'm going to be able to get to another Weather Ball, almost reach the second one. And just this, a little bit of chip damage is very crucial for this team. As you can see, normally going up against steel types, it's like Spells Doom, and many trainers that would actually just probably top left just to save themselves time. But what I've seen with this team, it's actually working out really well against steel types. They're going to be able to take us out. I'm surprised. Honestly, that was a big misplay on this opponent, choosing to dump all their energy. Well, not all their energy, but a lot of their energy. Because now I can go ahead and just shield this comfortably and just be able to farm down the Registeel, giving us a ton of energy. Unfortunately, they do debuff us here. But I'm thinking, I mean, it is right there. They did also a huge mistake by showing that they have a Medicham in the back. But probably because if they had brought back Altaria, we do resist both moves. So right here, I'm forced to shield. And then the match is going to come a lot closer than I wanted to. But we're going to go ahead and shield this right here. They have 2 shields, so I'm just going to go ahead and crunch this. The reason I crunch here instead of just farm all the way down with Charm, it's because I want the defense to drop. Unfortunately, we don't get it. So right here, I'm just going to do my best to lower this as much as I can. I believe they have one more shield, but the Empoleon does have a ton of energy. They do Psychic, so they dump all of their energy right there. And because I farmed so much of Empoleon, we're going to go ahead and do a Drill Pick right here. And we're going to be able to outpace it to get to another move. And check it out, guys. They don't get even to a Power-Up Punch. But even with the Psychic, I think we should still be able to hopefully live it. Either way, actually, never mind. I saw how much health I actually had. No, we would have been taken out. Good game right there. And now, helping to the next match. I wonder if this might be the final match. So we're going Empoleon against Swampert. I could have just swapped out maybe to my A9, but honestly, I just want to get a shield. Because they normally shield the first one. I'm not even going to shield this at all. I'm thinking, I don't think they did enough to do an Earthquake. It's just a Hydro. I'm going to go ahead and do a Hydro Cannon myself. And I'm pretty sure 80% of the time they would shield this because this would do a lot of damage to their Swampert. They do end up shielding that. And now I bring in the A9. And they're choosing to stick around here. And because I know they have a ton of energy, I'm thinking, dude, they probably have Sludge Wave. Boom. Because I predicted that, that actually made this a lot easier of a matchup. And they bring Noctowl, which is really crazy. I'm thinking, dude, what are they like double weak to Charm in the back or something? Well, in this case, Lola Ninetales has a Weather Ball, but I mean, are they double weak to Ninetales in the back? They're going to get to a Sky Attack. I'm going to let this go through. That's completely fine. We should hope, I don't think we could farm down. We're not going to be able to farm down from this range, but honestly, this is what I'm talking about from the nerf. We were able to just barely, we actually managed to farm down further to get to another move. Would have been a lot easier without nerf, but this, as you can see, this team is still working out really good. We're going to get to a Weather Ball right here, and they actually choose to shield it, so I'm actually surprised. So I'm thinking, dude, they have to be weak to Charm, right? Now I'm just going to go ahead and let this Empoleon down. Then I'm going to bring in my my Shadow Gramble just to be able to wrap this up, and they have a Charizard in the back, so I'm like, man, this is actually kind of rough. I have to obviously, actually no, I don't shield this. Why? Because if they had tried to do a bait instead, that would have been a whole lot better. But because of that actually helped me win the match. I will have to go ahead and just do this crunch because they're going to be able to farm me all the way down. If it turns out to be just a Dragon Claw, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and do the crunch, and this is going to be perfect right here for me. Going to be able to take out the Charizard, and then the Swampert just barely has any little bit of health. So I'm going to be able to take it out. And guys, I do apologize for all the background noise. I do have some family over. But as you can see, this team is still really strong. I end up getting a 5-0 with this team. So I definitely, hey, if you have the Pokemon, definitely try it out. Let me know how it works out, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.